All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you're looking to cut through the noise and really calibrate how you and your team build foundational knowledge, well, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how to engineer bulletproof hypotheses by using AI. And I don't mean using it as some lazy shortcut, but as a rigorous intellectual sparring partner.
So think about this for a second. Treating hypothesis generation as this quick, 5-minute afterthought, that is literally the fastest way to ruin your research. The worst hypotheses aren't the ones that turn out wrong. They're the ones that were never interesting in the first place. You could have a perfectly executed study, flawless data collection, brilliant stats, but if your foundational hypothesis was weak or just super obvious to begin with, you learn absolutely nothing when it fails. A strong hypothesis dictates your whole study design. So investing your time here, it's the single highest leverage thing you can possibly do.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the vague hypothesis problem, AI as an intellectual partner, architecting logical consistency, hunting alternatives and confounds, specifying boundaries and mechanisms, and finally, the rigorous final blueprint. Let's get into it. Section 1. The vague hypothesis problem. I want you to think of hypothesis generation like architectural sketching, right? Before you even think about pouring concrete, you have to look for structural weaknesses. Now, a major trap a lot of professionals fall into is what we call hypothesis by consensus. That's when you talk to a few colleagues, skim some papers, and just adopt whatever idea happens to be popular. But here's the thing, popular doesn't mean testable. Instead, we need to shift our mindset to intellectual sketching. This is the hard, rigorous work of testing those load-bearing structures and generating falsifiable predictions that actually push our understanding forward. Because the reality is, the worst hypotheses usually aren't entirely wrong, they're just way too vague to actually be tested. Like saying, cognitive behavioral therapy reduces anxiety sounds like a solid hypothesis. Actually, scratch that. It's really just an observation. An explicit hypothesis demands that you specify exactly how it reduces anxiety, and under what strict boundary conditions that relationship actually holds true. Section 2. AI as intellectual partner.
So to get to that level of explicit precision, we need to completely rethink how we use AI. It is a massive, massive mistake to feed AI your preferred hypothesis and just ask, hey, what evidence supports my idea? Never ask AI to just confirm what you already believe. Instead, prompt it by asking, what would logically contradict my hypothesis? Where are the glaring weaknesses here? You want the AI to tear your idea apart way before your critics ever get the chance to.
By leaning on AI for these specific, heavy-lifting tasks, things like exposing your implicit assumptions, generating alternative explanations, proposing hidden confounds, and mapping out boundary conditions, you completely change the game. You're elevating this from a quick chore into a deeply rigorous process of scientific synthesis. Section 3. Architecting logical consistency.
Look, before you test anything empirically, you absolutely have to ensure it's theoretically coherent from cause to effect. Let's say your hypothesis is that social support improves health. AI can force you to break that down. Step 1, your cause, social support. Step 2, your necessary intermediate mechanism, stress reduction. And step 3, the final outcome, health improvement. By having AI analyze this specific chain, you can verify if your intermediate steps actually make logical sense or if there's a missing link. And you get to do this before you spend months of your life and thousands of dollars collecting the data.
Section 4. Hunting alternatives and confounds.
Whenever you propose a relationship, you've got to remember that multiple alternative explanations could produce the exact same pattern in your final data. Take the classic hypothesis that exercise reduces depression. AI can rapidly brainstorm alternatives for you. Like, what if it's just natural recovery over time? What if it's reverse causation, meaning, less depressed people just happen to have the energy to be more active? What about selection effects or measurement artifacts? By having AI map all these out, you can intentionally design control groups or use randomization to actively rule those competing explanations out. And then there is the dreaded hidden confound. You've got your independent variable and your dependent variable, right? But what if a third, totally unmeasured variable is actually causing both? This is where you ask your AI sparring partner directly, what hidden variables might cause both my intervention uptake and my positive outcome? For example, maybe high health motivation is secretly driving both a person's decision to exercise and the resulting drop in depression. If you don't control for that motivation, your results are completely compromised.
Section 5. Specifying boundaries and mechanisms.
Okay, this is where we define exactly why, how, and for whom an effect actually exists in the real world. Let's look at moderation first. Moderation basically asks for whom or under what conditions an effect happens. If you're hypothesizing that an intervention works, use AI to push back. Does it work the same for everybody? For instance, maybe CBT reduces anxiety differently across varying cultural backgrounds because of different factors in the therapeutic alliance. Use AI to specify exactly which subgroup characteristics change your outcome and why.
Next up is mediation. If moderation is the who, mediation is the how. It's the specific, nuts and bolts pathway through which a relationship operates. So, if you believe a workplace wellness program improves employee health, you have to specify the mediator. Does it improve health through the specific mechanism of increased physical activity?
And testing mediation requires a really strict logical sequence. First, the physical activity has to correlate with the program. Second, that activity must predict better health. Third, if you mathematically control for the activity, the overall relationship between the program and health has to drop. AI helps you test this logic pre-data. It might point out that, hey, if physical activity isn't the true mediator here, you better be ready to measure stress levels or sleep quality in your study so you can find the actual mechanism.
And finally, we have boundary conditions. Look, broad universal hypotheses claiming this works for everyone are nearly impossible to falsify. And honestly, they're pretty uninformative. Use AI to ask the aggressive boundary questions. Does this hold true across all age limits? What about the severity of the baseline condition? Do education levels or comorbidities totally change the effect? You've got to narrow down exactly who and what your research applies to.
Section 6. The rigorous final blueprint. Let's bring all of these architectural elements together and look at this dramatic transformation. It's night and day. You might start with a disorganized idea like peer support improves disease outcomes. That is super vague and leaves a dozen doors open for failure. But through our AI sparring process, we arrive at a precise blueprint. Peer support improves medication adherence in adults with diabetes attending monthly. See that? We've explicitly defined the mechanism and the boundaries. It is precise, it's falsifiable, and it is ready for the real world.
Honestly, I highly recommend keeping this checklist taped to your monitor. Your empirical findings are going to be infinitely stronger, your research design will be tighter, and your results will be far more impactful if you engineer your hypotheses with these criteria before the research even begins. Let the AI do the heavy lifting of finding the cracks in your logic before you ever pour the foundation.
So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Look at your current projects. What research question are you currently working on where this kind of systematic AI sparring might suddenly reveal multiple plausible mechanisms that you haven't even considered yet? I really challenge you to apply this technique today. Go test your next big idea against the machine and see just how strong you can make it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.